Okay, Douglas.
Hi.
What are we doing?
A very good question.
We're going to do some Geoguessr. It's going to be an unusual Geoguessr because it's me and Jalnor today and not myself and Andrew.
Just to mix things up.
Just to mix things up. It's going to be fun. These are the most recent maps. So usually what we do is we do 2 per episode. So what do you think sounds exciting?
Well,
Antarctica?
I noticed one there called a challenge for Purple Frog.
What? Purple Frog one. Let's see if we're better than Purple Frog. Oh dear, we're in Australia somewhere. This might just all be Australia. Okay, the sign is not illuminating. Do you know,
Well, there's a sort of clue.
Hamelin Bay Holiday Park and...
I would go towards the holiday park and shop. There might be other signs there that would help us figure out where in the world we are, or where in Australia we are.
Is Hamelin Park a place? Is Hamelin a place? See, Andrew's really good at this because he's got a surprising knowledge of geography. It's on a beach, so like the other sign was to a beach, so I'm searching coastal areas. Cocklebiddy. There's reception. That's where the rest of the hotel is. There's reception.
Yeah, I was noticing in the previous videos, Andrew does seem to just know where everything is in the world.
Yeah, it is kind of surprising. And to me, it's just, well, this is in the American Midwest somewhere.
And he names the town.
Yeah. So when we do like historical places, and he's like, oh yes, this is in such and such a place. No man watching us. So other than it's coastal, I don't really have a good guess. Coffee.
Yeah, the signs aren't very much help. I'm wondering if we went the wrong way.
Maybe.
Because I would have guessed that the shop would be closer to a main road than, the holiday park.
Yeah.
Perhaps I was wrong.
This whole place could be the holiday park. It could be like caravans or something. Or maybe that. Well.
Yep. Maybe turn right because to the left is the parking, so.
There's a sign here that says speed bumps, right? 40 miles an hour? Oh. Is it miles an hour? Because one's inside 1 kilometres an hour.
It's probably, I think they use metric in Australia.
40 kilometres an hour is a weird number, isn't it?
No, it's just under 30 miles an hour, I think, if I remember rightly.
There's just trees everywhere. Is the issue with Australia? It's very much miles and miles of road, and not very much on it.
Yeah. Which is probably why it's a challenge.
There weren't even any signs that were like... I know it's over here somewhere. Let's guess in that area. Hopefully it's on this coast. It was on that coast. It was like right on the corner of Australia. This is also Australia. We should have be wearing those hats with like the clock singing for strings. This seems to be more in a town than anything. Not that there's any road signs.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's that Australians are allergic to road signs or that the challenger has deliberately picked places with no road signs.
Could be. That's Allenson Daly.
Sadly, that doesn't tell us anything.
No mail. We don't want mail. I mean, I've seen like no solicitors or like no panhandlers, but no mail. Oh, there's a school.
Yeah.
End of school though.
So the school's back that way. The school might have a name possibly related to the town.
Yeah, there is a railway line as well. There's a sign there or something. It just says 40 miles an hour. Australia is probably the continent I know the least about.
Yeah, I think I have to agree there.
Purple Frog, you're in for a real challenge here today. Oh, there's some road signs.
Unless he is Australian.
Eden.
Eden Street. Or Eden Road. Typical of that was blurred out, but
Try and get the other.
Bedlington, that sounds like a town.
Well, it says Bedlington Street.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
And Railway Pew? Or Pole? There's no road markings or anything, it's just the most rural place in America. Australia, sorry. This seems to go around lots of empty land. This could be just right in the middle. This could be anywhere.
Yeah. It's definitely not the remotest place in Australia, but it's not far off meeting the description.
It's hardly Perth or anything, is it?
That's just someone's house name.
It's a nice house, I suppose.
I might build one like it in Minecraft.
There's a lot of clay. This way. Maybe get some quartz as well for that white border that it has. Does anybody else live in this town other than the people who live in that house?
I think it was 2 houses, but that makes it a hamlet.
Right.
Okay,
Let's
this is
look for
more of a
railways.
main road, so
I can't find any railways. They are marked on the map. I don't see them. I see lots of very straight roads, but I don't see any railways. Could just be my eyesight playing tricks on me though. This is a lot harder without Andrew.
it's a lot harder without meaningful street signs.
Yeah. Grant Street. This entire road is Grant Street. Is it really a street if there's no buildings on it?
I suppose it depends on your definition of street. Well, there's a Subway apparently, and a pizza place.
Eagle Boys
Can we
Pizza.
go for pizza?
Is it up here? No, this is rural as anything.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely stumped. Any guesses?
Not remotely. Normally I would expect a road of this calibre to have like distances to nearby towns every so often.
Could be here. Ex-Mooloogool. That's what it says, right?
It seems to be.
No.
Nowhere near.
It's right in where we guessed before. Like, the first guess would have gotten that.
That happened a couple of times in the weird hotel video.
Happens quite frequently.
The place you end up in is the place you guessed last time.
This is like a housing scheme, but the houses are way nicer than the houses you get in housing schemes here. That roof is white.
I suppose it's thermally efficient.
That is a white house.
Get absolutely no solar gain.
Again, it's like in the middle of like a house. Trampoline.
Yeah.
And the most mowed lawn I've ever seen in my life. I'm assuming that must be like plastic grass.
Either that or someone takes really good care of it. Like a garden Roomba.
They would escape. Unless there's like boundaries in the garden.
Or boundaries in the software.
Artificial boundaries. It sees it as a wall, but it's not really a wall. I found a red road. feel like the red road's probably an arterial road, so probably easier to find your way out. See, we did Scotland and we did just about as well because it kept dropping us in just random schemes and it could be anywhere. You know?
Yeah, places that it could be Wishaw, it could be bloody Aberdeen.
Yeah. Our interior videos are the most fun because it's like, where is this? And it's a new scheme because it says there's a primary school opening soon. So, there's that White House and it actually has.
Is that the same White House?
It's either the same or it's the same.
That's a different one.
It's the same design.
Yep. Different roof, but same idea. I suppose it's one way to fight
Why
climate
can't I-
change because the sun hits it, just goes straight back into space.
Why I can't go up that street?
Hmm.
No, I can't. We're in the wrong lane.
Roundabout. Navigating roundabouts on Google is fun.
Yeah. Try it in City Skylines.
I have, yeah.
And people do not. Like, I've even got a traffic mod and I set the lanes manually and they still get confused. Like, set what lanes are allowed to go where. Yeah, this is just a massive scheme. Do you know of any new developments anywhere in Australia?
I'm afraid I don't.
It's probably going to be around Perth. In the Perth suburbs, because everything else has been like here and up here. Really like kind of like suburb area. Educated, yes. That was very
It's
close.
a lot closer to our previous guess.
So I'm assuming this is made by someone who lives around here. This is a lot greener.
Yeah.
The guy could do like a, you know, like a absolute like curveball into the last one, just not in Australia at all. Put it like South America or something, but have it somewhere that looks like Australia. Like the trees look like they're like, because the quality of the photo, the trees look like it's like a curtain. See what I mean? It's kind of flat, so it looks like they'll just get photos of trees around us. This is something.
It's a completely blank road sign that is totally...
Chalet, it is. Or chalets.
So it's another holiday park type place.
Probably one of these green areas. So look for like a road through one of these that's near there. That one. We've established the rules because we know it's in this area. Right, last one.
Another housing scheme, although
This
substantially
one's-
less new.
Yeah, this one looks a lot older. Like the areas that are like not people's lawns, or even some of the places that are people's lawns, like very dead. Something about water shortage. The bus stop. Fancy bus stop.
Or a bus stop that was fancy 20 years ago.
Well, compared to the bus stops you get here,
Yeah.
it's quite fancy.
Catholic church.
Okay.
Which again could be anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere the Catholic church is like.
Which is everywhere.
Yeah, well, pretty much. The last time I was playing this with Andrew, he's like, we were trying to like figure out where we were, and I was like, oh, it must be somewhere very Catholic, like South America or something, because that looks like a chapel. And he's like, there are these people in robes I see. I don't know what the significance of these robes are. It's like, they're nuns. They're habits. Never seen Sister Act.
As far as I can tell, having a Catholic church just basically rules out Iran
Yeah, pretty much.
and Saudi Arabia. Or does, no, it doesn't even rule out that.
As there Catholic churches in Saudi?
As far as I understand, they're persecuted, but they're there.
Yeah. It's Bindi. It gets oranger and oranger the further you go in. Dustier.
And still no town names. Nothing.
Somewhere that looks really, like, that's around here that looks really, like, dead. Like...
Which would be easier to tell in a satellite photo.
It would be. Guess kind of far out. No, totally nowhere near where we were. Wow. That was these curveball. I told you we'd do it. See, summary, we did not do great. We did not do great. Yeah, we got 8524. It's hard. Right, let's look at the new maps. Not official maps, not popular maps, new maps. There was one that appealed to me. There is it. Yes, let's shout out to Rainbow Six Siege with Montonga. Get your shields up. Here's a happy man. That could be Montonga on his holidays.
Well,
Clean your fingernails, mate. We're up a mountain somewhere.
and apparently in South America.
Oh, that narrows it down. Why apparently in South America?
Because that's where the map centred itself.
Oh well, yeah, but just kind of the world though.
And most of the mountains are down Chile direction, so
It definitely looks chilly here. Right, where is the Rigid Mountain? Do you know?
I'm afraid I don't. Most of my geographical knowledge of this continent comes from films.
Puente de Inca. What that? No, it's in,
What?
yeah. It's in the Alps. It's Mont Blanc.
11,500 kilometres away.
We got 6 points. Now we're this woman.
Okay.
Canada?
That's first aid. Or Canada. Is it?
That's
Yeah.
first aid. I thought it was Canada. I would have guessed Canada based on that. This is far less cold. I'm thinking like Northern Europe.
Trying to decide if the rocks look volcanic or sedimentary. See if that would narrow it down.
It would. It does look kind of volcanic. I'm leaning towards an Icelandic kind of thing.
Yeah, the whole random deposition of lots of boulders generally says to me somewhere that saw a lot of ice age movement.
Where are all your volcanoes, mate? The geography of Iceland is not great.
I know Reykjavik, and that's about it.
Up here, this is where the mountains are. No.
What?
We're at 36 points.
Again, we were in the wrong hemisphere.
This might be the lowest scoring round I've ever played. Montonga. Whoa, that looks cool. Whoever was doing this was right up on the cliff edge, taking this photo.
And someone apparently thought it was quite daring and took a photo of him.
Or maybe he's hanging in one of those things like that guy.
Could be.
That looks Chinese.
Yes. That narrows it down slightly.
Could be Japanese.
No.
Definitely Chinese.
There's a serious difference in the...
We can move about. We can jump off.
You can't do that in real life.
How far did we just go? We went a distance. I mean, you wouldn't survive it, but you could. That looks cool.
Yeah.
What do you think caused that?
My first guess would be something industrial, which again says more China.
Could be something falling from space. Right, so Chinese mountain ranges. What's something the right? The thing is, China's bloody enormous.
Geographically, it's one of the top 5 at least.
I'm going there because there's mountains. It was Japan.
Seriously?
It was Japan.
I must be really, really out of practice with my...
Mount Fuji. It was straight up just Mount Fuji, one of the most famous mountains in the world. Also, there's a post office at the top of Mount Fuji, which is weird in itself. Andrew would have known that. He would know the difference between those two.
Yeah.
And that's like South American, just based on the weather and how happy these people are. He looks South American.
Time was not even that long ago. I could not only have told you whether it was Chinese or Japanese correctly, I could have given you some idea what some of the symbols might mean.
I knew a girl that spoke Chinese, who wasn't Chinese. I think this is South America, probably. I'm going to go with our original guess. Yes.
Not far off. Santiago nearly.
I mean, we weren't on the right country, but we were close as we've ever been.
Alright, there we are.
We cannot.
So there are 2 languages.
Is there?
Indian Army, Mount Everest. There we go.
Well, that makes it. I mean, Mount Everest is bound to be the most famous, which is it's in the Philippines, right? No, not in the Philippines. The Himalayas.
No difference.
So it's up here. Is it up here?
It's in that direction, but not. I mean, in order for it to say Indian Army,
Yeah, it's near India.
or possibly in India.
See, India, the borders of India are different depending on what country you're in Google Maps. In fact, I don't know exactly where Mount Everest is.
Bet you Andrew does.
I bet you can absolutely guarantee it
You
100%.
could probably at least name the town it's nearest to.
It's probably up here. It's probably up in the Alps somewhere. I don't think it is.
No, because the people you get to guide you up are called Sherpas, which doesn't sound like a European word. So,
Ba-dump. Bangladesh. Nepal.
I know Nepal is very, very mountainous, so
And,
towards that
and
direction.
the Indian Army quite like it though.
There's that.
I think that's the area, like if you're in India it just says that's part of India, if you're in China it just says it's part of China. And there was one time Google accidentally got it mixed up and nearly caused an international incident. Let's just guess this mountain. We were close.
The Nepal-Tibet border. Right, now we know. Oh, it says it.
It says it, it does say it. I didn't expect it to say it, I was looking for it. Right, so we did better than Australia, which is very surprising. But that is the end of this part of Geoguessr. So leave a rating and things if you enjoy it. Subscribe to follow the series, and we will see you next week where we may possibly even have Andrew as well.